DETV News is powered by DART, Delaware's transit service. Moving forward.
Tonight, could Wilmington open the door to recreational cannabis? The city is just days away from a major decision that could shape the industry here in northern Delaware. Plus, traffic tie-ups at a major Delaware interchange could last much longer than expected. And a local festival is making a big impact in the fight against veteran suicide. We'll tell you all about VetFest and how it's bringing the community together. Those stories and much more coming up tonight on DETV News. Good evening and welcome to this DETV News Brief. I'm Matt Ford. Thanks so much for joining us this evening. Here's what's making headlines today across the first state. The Wilmington Planning Commission is set to review a resolution on Tuesday, October 1st that could allow the recreational cannabis industry in parts of the city. Officials say a decision must be made before November to align with Delaware's licensing process. Mayor Mike Przicki's spokesperson John Rago emphasized the need for timely action as the State Marijuana Commission is expected to issue licenses in November. The resolution would permit cannabis cultivation, manufacturing, and retail in designated commercial and waterfront districts. A virtual meeting will be held at 6 p.m. on Zoom with an anchor location at the Lewis L. Redding building. Wilmington's decision could shape the future of recreational marijuana here in northern Delaware. And we want to bring you an update to a story we brought you in last night's broadcast. A cyber attack attacking Delaware's library system has disrupted services since Friday, September 20th. The breach has caused internet outages and forced some libraries to close their doors and their computer labs. Delaware has over 30 libraries statewide. In a statement, the Delaware Division of Libraries acknowledged the extended system outage, stating that recovery efforts were underway. Ransomware is believed to be responsible. The hacker group called Ransom Hub has allegedly claimed responsibility, with reports indicating 56 gigabytes worth of data was stolen. No ransom amount has been disclosed at this time. The ongoing outage particularly impacts vulnerable populations such as the homeless who rely on library internet access for essential tasks like job applications. And more information is coming in tonight about a car wreck in Delmar we told you about in last night's broadcast. A 33-year-old man from Greenwood was arrested after fleeing a work crew and causing a serious car crash. State police say the man, who ran away from the Sussex Community Correction Center, was driving a stolen truck with a 25-year-old woman and 3 children. Police say the truck overturned as he drove recklessly, injuring the woman and 2 of the children, ages 1 and 2. They were actually ejected from the truck. The man fled the crash but was found the next morning on Sussex Highway near Salt Barn Road in Laurel. He faces multiple felony charges, including reckless endangering and vehicular assault. And traffic disruptions at the I-95 and Route 896 interchange will persist as DelDOT repairs a damaged overpass beam. The right lane of Route 896 South, which is above I-95, is now closed indefinitely. That damage, caused by an oversized vehicle, was discovered during routine inspections. DelDOT reassures drivers that the bridge remains safe and structurally sound despite the damaged beam. The bridge was last inspected back in 2022, with Delaware bridges inspected every 2 years at minimum. No immediate timeline for repairs has been provided. And speaking of roads, a toll increase at the Delaware Memorial Bridge may be imminent, with the Delaware River and Bay Authority holding public hearings early October to discuss a 2-phase plan. Currently, the toll is $5 to cross the bridge and slightly less if you're an Easy Pass user. Officials with the Delaware River and Bay Authority emphasize the need for higher Easy Pass usage and increased tolls to fund critical infrastructure upgrades. Those include repainting and rope replacement on the twin bridges. The hearings will be held on October 8th and 10th. And police and fire officials are investigating a possible arson that damaged a playground in the Ogletown-Stanton area. Firefighters responded to Brookhaven Park just after 6 p.m. on Monday and extinguished a blaze that destroyed part of a play structure. Photos here showed charred plastic and melted equipment. Officials are searching for the suspects. The damaged area is closed indefinitely. The fire comes as the county installs gates at several parks to deter after-hours activity. Anyone with information is asked to contact the fire marshal or the Newcastle County Police. And firefighters from Claymont, Tallyville, and Brandywine Hundred responded to a fire early Wednesday morning, September 25th, in Bethel Township, Pennsylvania. The blaze engulfed a log cabin-style home on Zebley Road, with crews arriving just before 6 in the morning. The fire was under control within an hour or so, and we're told no injuries were reported. Pennsylvania fire investigators are currently working to determine the cause of that fire. Switching gears now, we bring you a look at an assembly in the Colonial School District that enriched the students' day. Take a look.
The morning of Thursday, September 26th, the students of McCullough Middle School in Newcastle were treated to an unusual assembly. As 6th, 7th, and 8th graders flooded the newly renovated school auditorium, internationally touring dance troupe Step Africa waited for them backstage, ready to provide dance-related education and entertainment in equal measure. The program, made possible by a grant from the Gamma Theta Lambda Education Foundation, comes as part of the school's ongoing effort to educate students through diverse and varied means, supplementing traditional in-classroom teaching with exciting interactive programs.
You wanted your students to have a well-rounded education, not just academics, not just sports, but times for them to be engaged in cultural experiences that will enrich them. And so this is just one of those opportunities that we're so grateful to be able to offer to our students.
This isn't the school's first partnership with the Gamma Theta Lambda chapter of Alpha Phi Alpha fraternity. McCullough has already incorporated volunteers from the organization as school mentors through their Shop Talk with the Alphas program. This initiative aims to teach young men about the value of education and respect, while boosting self-esteem and providing positive male role models. While Thursday's assembly was slightly different tonally, it fostered the same sense of cultural awareness and belonging that an array of McCullough's initiatives clearly hinge on. And most importantly, the kids seem to have a great time. This is Evan Jurosto with DETV, signing off.
Good stuff there, as always. Thank you so much, Evan. Moving on to other news now, returning home from military service can be a tough adjustment for many veterans. According to the National Institute of Mental Health, nearly 1 in 5 U.S. adults face mental illness, with veterans deeply affected. Over 1.7 million received treatment at a VA mental health program in 2018.
That our veterans, those who have served, are between 70 and 80% more likely to die from suicide than those who have not.
Right.
And that, for us, is catastrophic.
Yeah.
You know, we believe the folks that have organized the Vet Fest and get involved in this cause understand the basic principle that if 1% of our country is going to stand up voluntarily between us and harm, then the other 99% of us have an obligation to stand behind them.
Right.
And people in this community stand behind their veterans in a lot of ways.
Right.
Some of the ways is the housing shortage.
Right.
Some of it is food scarcity.
Right.
Some of it is employment. For us, it's all about combating the epidemic of veteran suicide.
Vet Fest, to be held this Saturday, the 28th, provides an annual uplifting opportunity for the military and civilian communities to come together against military and veteran suicide. The town of Whitehall continues to host the event, which includes a parade, concert, and resourcing opportunities for our veterans. Activities run from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., and DETV will be there. And finally tonight, DETV's own Ivan Thomas acted as a master of ceremonies Wednesday evening at the 12th annual Swim with the Sharks pitch competition presented by the Delaware Office of Supplier Diversity. Held at the Penn Cinema on the riverfront, the evening began with a networking session that was sponsored by Wilmington Brew Works, where folks could check out local entrepreneurs. This is really neat. So a panel of judges heard from 5 finalists and selected Sindri Materials Corporation as 3rd place winner, Coffee Rendezvous, you heard that right, as 2nd place, and winning $10,000 in 1st place was Droneversity. Congratulations to those winners, and thank you, Ivan. And that's going to do it for this edition of DETV News. Don't forget to follow us all along your favorite social media platform. And for a look at what's happening all around the state of Delaware, you know where to go, detvch.com. And if you have a comment, question, or a news tip, or even, hey, a sports tip for Nick next week, feel free to send it our way. Our email address is press@detvch.com. For all of us here at DETV News, I'm Matt Ford. Have a wonderful weekend. We'll catch you right back here next week. We don't talk about prostate cancer enough, and it's the most diagnosed form of cancer and the second most common cause of cancer death among Black men in both Delaware and the United States. Approximately 1 in 8 men will be diagnosed with prostate cancer in their lifetime, but just by asking your healthcare provider if you should get a screening could help you detect prostate cancer early and save your life. So let's talk about it. Talk to your healthcare provider today about a prostate cancer screening if you are 40 years of age or older, or have a family history of prostate cancer. If you don't have insurance, or if your insurance doesn't pay for cancer screenings, Screening for Life may provide you with the screenings that you need, and Nurse Navigators make this process easier. To learn more, visit healthydelaware.org/prostate or call 211. Ask your healthcare provider about a prostate cancer screening, and you're asking for so much more.
My name is Jason Aviles, and I am the founder and owner of Fly Yogi, and I'm here to share with you some tips to be able to help fight opioid addiction. Opioid addiction is a real growing problem here in America, and I'm here to share with you some tips that you can be able to integrate into your everyday life to really fight against opioid addiction. One of the first things is redeveloping your mindset. One of the practices that I like to use daily is meditation. And what meditation does is it brings you clarity of mind, and it helps keep you grounded, and it improves your ability to make decisions that you are going to benefit from. A lot of the time we find that addiction is rooted in our mindset. It's rooted in how we think and how we perceive, and therefore how we act. So this is a really good way to help fight against that energy of addiction. The second thing is improving your lifestyle through diet and exercise. At the very root of addiction, there is substances within the body that's causing the addiction on a physical level. When we begin to introduce healthier foods, plant-based foods, we begin to remove and detox the substances that are in our body that's causing and attracting the addiction. So through incorporating more fresh fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, grains, and even drinking water on a daily basis, you're going to put your body in a state where it's going to be able to fight the root causes of these addictions. The second part is exercise. Exercise is good for mood. It's good for energy. It's good to increase vitality. It's good to get your heart pumping and get your blood flowing and get oxygen moving throughout the body. So through engaging in physical exercise, complemented by incorporating healthier foods, you're putting your body and your mind in a state where it does not want what's causing these things that are manifesting negatively in your life. So addiction can really be decreased by just incorporating a healthier lifestyle through diet and nutrition, exercise, and then also making sure that you're tackling the mind through mindset, through meditation.